first up to the mic. Show him a lot of love because it's always hard to go first. This is a longtime poet who I admire very much. He's a current student at Metro. Give it up for Kurt.
Oh, let's try that again. How is everybody? Right. Give it up for Bao. Yeah. So I'm going to read one piece and then get out of here, and if that's all right. So I asked him just to introduce me as a student because I am a student. I'm a returning student at Metro. But I'm here because I believe poetry is severely underrated as a form, but also as a way to build relationships in storytell. So this one is it's in response to a lot of some of the stuff going on nationally happening to black folks. So this is called the What We Wish to See in the World. Conflicts between rural and urban workers, the paradox of policy and the price of food. The part of the language where the fight lives, contrasting viewpoints and the shrinking commons. There's something on the floor. I see customs, sounds, and archetypes, words and characters. They keep creating silence. Someone please tell me how I'm supposed to feel. I need an insight into skin and flesh, a marker or checkpoints pointing to the cellular level of ourselves. Language, labor, and legal tender, where are you? The foundations of identity, our primary tool for defining our experience. Where are you when I need you? Where can it be? Our black lives, blue, like the sky or the sea, the beginning or the end. Struggles between the class, struggle to head to class, classic examples of a body snatched, liberty snatched, tenderness snatched, my back, like the riverbank, like the voice straining like the moth, looking for the light. The landscape of my body is not a place where wars are fought. Blackness is something you think about before you think about it. Blink about it, and blink some more. Our lives, the beginning or the end, doesn't matter. Who knows the flexibility of them? All nations dominated or dominant, marked by their own characters, characteristics. All nations and nationals static, like the shock from the red carpet. It's a now world off kilter, a little too tense. All bets are off, driven mad to be famous. Where were you when we needed you? You were in for a shilling. The export democracy or defend human rights language laid down on the backs of people with few to no options. Language, labor, and legal tender. Back in the day, people routinely borrowed against other human beings. They took out mortgages on them. As a commodity, the slave had a value that the state was certainly bound to protect. Where can you possibly be? Language, labor, and legal tender. Me, I'm documenting to save my life. Like ghetto economy, a space based on extraction, let us extrapolate people with few to no options. Then the excessive policing necessary to keep everyone in place. Cities starved for income, found ways to raise revenues by ways of absurd fines and fees. Extracted, exacted from us, the poor, us, broken, underemployed, unemployable African Americans and migrants of color, our black lives, blue like the sky or the sea, the beginning and end. by avoiding the language of individual failings, our backs, our lives, our stories, deviant and degenerate, the culture of shaming political leaders, black and otherwise, can help us all see the daily violence of poverty. Lay down the thing, lay it down, down by the riverside. I'll run the voodoo down. I'm down, down in the foxhole, down in the bayou of this racialized lifetime, fighting vampires, alligators, and bears. And when you see me fighting them, help the bear, help the vampire, and ride the alligator into other worlds and hitchhike on our backs into other worlds. I feel you standing there. I feel you sitting there, paralyzed into believing the wrong story. My body is not a place where wars are fought. Like, where are you right now? Our backs hurt, our muscles heavy and sinewy and atrophied, our lives fascinating and black like hand claps. I try to lay my head down on history and there's no rest, nowhere to sleep, no place to see our whole selves. Where can you be? I'm stuck up to my neck in strategies and positionings, all alone, the poet in the wilderness of myself, always aiming. Living in a merciless sea of living things way past sanity, drifting out there, gone like Monk, way out like Rollins, out into the world we wish to see beyond the permaculture of us. Our black lives, blue like the sky or the sea, the beginning or the end. The architects, the archdiocese, the archenemies, the poet, tapping lightly like a woodpecker with a headache. I watch them. I watch them. I watch them as they watch me and make humans make themselves active subjects of their own history. It's a monster that has a life of its own, a cancerous growth that destroys and self-destructs. You work there inside that thing while it breathes fire, spitting little bits and pieces of limbs, legs, fingers, and flesh fly out of its mouth, or is it its ass? I watch them, the pundits, like wasps, the economists like mosquitoes, fundamentalists like caterpillars, policyholders, stakeholders like moths, eating at the fabric of the commons. He said, layers, donkey, layers. He said, layers, donkey, layers like onions. The effect of this layering gives the sense of a drilling down, a deep investigation into the real estate of race. Our backs revealing the story reveals our deep lack of empathy for one another, our black lives, the history that I feel in my body, the new story inside the body of black folks. It's as if then and now were not the same moment, the absurdity, a confederacy of dunces. Where were you? I needed you. I'm here, holes in torso, bad frequency, disruptive signals, metal passing through flesh, hot and burning. Two crows and a goose dance in the air on a string of gravity and physics. Our black lives, blue like the sky or the sea, the lake, the river, the beginning or the end. The beaches wait on us. The day is still cold as we approach spring. The universe belongs to the public, and the world burns. God's gift. Thank you all very much. Thank you.